Alright, well, I know I'm gonna get a lot of backlash for this. A lot of cats not gonna like me, but I can give a fuck. This is real talk. So, basically, on this video, I'm gonna tell you why I think LeBron James is not an elite basketball player. He's great in his era. You can say he's elite in his era, but when we start putting him in the league, you know, with the likes of Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Oscar Robertson, Magic Johnson, Karl Malone, John Stockton, etc., etc., he's not elite. And there's one reason why he's not. And I'll tell you why in a minute here. But let me get this out there right now. And this is, I can't stand motherfucking LeBron James fans, man. Like, I don't know, like y'all motherfuckers, if this cat sneeze, you know what I'm saying? Y'all motherfuckers are ready to stand about face with a fucking tissue for the cat, yo. Like, anything he does, man, it's awesome. It's 100% great. It's the something that you've never seen before. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Did you start watching basketball like from 2003 to now? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a great player. He has, I love players that have all around statistics. I'm a basketball player myself. I played basketball my whole life. I had a chance to play in Europe. So I know the game. Basketball is my #1 sport. I love players that do more than just scoring. They can pass the ball, they can play defense. I'm actually a defensive player myself that can score. So that's what I like. So I have no qualms with his style of play, with his the statistics that he puts up every night. I have no qualms with that. But the main reason why he cannot be put in the same class as those elite basketball legends that I just mentioned is because of this. Reason number one. Y'all remember this, right? Cramps. Game 1 of the 2014 NBA Finals. He has cramps. Now, it's a very close game. When this happened, he scored a layup on Boris Diaw. The game was 94-92. Spurs were leading. There was 4 minutes left in the quarter. All of a sudden, he has cramps. Now, granted, the AT&T Center, the AC went out. And I worked at the AT&T Center for X amount of time. So, I know how it is when the AC goes out there. But this motherfucker's been playing ball his whole life. I've been playing ball my whole life. I played ball in 100-degree weather. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've played ball with cramps. I've played ball with a sprained ankle. Went back on the court and sprained my ankle 2 more times and still finished the game. You know what I'm saying? Cramps is not going to keep you out of the game. Granted, yeah, go to the bench, get that shit massaged out, get hydrated, and get your ass back in the game. It don't take no more than 2.5 minutes to do all those things. You got professional trainers over there. You've got professional ways to hydrate yourself over there. These are fucking professionals, yo. They got the best. You know what I'm saying? Just like in football, when motherfuckers get injured, you know what I'm saying? If they just broke their fucking leg, they go to the bench, get a massage and a shot, and they back on the field. It's the same thing here, man. It's the same thing here. But no, dude was out of the game for the rest of the game. His team loses game 1. That means right there. You know, no, I'm gonna save it. Reason 2. Y'all remember this, right? Remember this shit? Look at the score. They're down 18 points. This is game 5. This was the last game of the finals. This is the game where, as the best player on the planet, that everyone, or not everyone, but LeBron James cocksuckers like to say, he's the best player on the planet. He should be in the fucking game, right? 6 minutes, 13 seconds left of possibly your last game of the season, right? He's sitting at the end of the bench. He takes himself out the game, sits at the end of the bench. He's yelling at motherfuckers. Udonis Haslam, who you can't really see, I cut him off to the right of LeBron James. But he's trying to console him. You know, calm down, bro. It's okay, man. I love you, dog. and he's sitting there pouting, doesn't go back in the game. So how many elite players do you know that when their team needs them, they take themselves out the game and don't go back in? And on top of that, it is the very last game of the season, which is the most important game of the season. If you lose, you go home and you lose the coveted NBA champions title. You lose it. Michael Jordan would have never done this shit, man. Larry Bird would have never done this shit. And speaking of that shit Mark Jackson said last year, I think, when Miami was playing the Pacers, he said, LeBron James is the greatest power forward ever. Small forward ever. Man, see, man. That's probably why dude got fired, because he was smoking crack, man. Straight up. He was smoking crack, man. Granted, statistically, yes, he's the greatest small forward ever. But he lacks the one thing that you need to be an elite basketball player. You can have all the fucking game in the world, dog. All the game in the world. But if you don't have this one thing that LeBron lacks, and by this point in the video, I'm pretty sure y'all all know what I'm about to say. If you don't have heart, if you don't have will and determination to do what you gotta do to win the game for your team, you not elite, bruh. Michael Jordan scored 45 or 50 points. Motherfucker had the flu. You know what I'm saying? Scottie Pippen had to carry him off the fucking court. That's real shit right there, man. That's hard. If LeBron James gets a damn hangnail, he's gonna sit at the end of the bench. I'll take Larry Bird over this dude any fucking day, man. Larry Bird had major heart, yo. Major heart. Major heart. When Michael Jordan was lighting their ass up in 1986, the 1986 playoffs, granted the same playoffs where the Boston Celtics ended up winning the NBA championship, he lit their ass up for a record, which is still a record today, 63 points in one game in a playoff game. Larry Bird did not let this motherfucker beat him. He didn't. Michael Jordan was the hottest fucking thing out at that point in time, man. Like, I think that year, either that year or the next year, he averaged 37 points a game. He was the hottest fucking thing out, yo. And Larry Bird was like, no, I'm not going to let this new motherfucker beat me. And he didn't. They beat the Bulls, and then they go on to win the damn NBA championship. That's fucking hard, man. As far as I'm concerned, LeBron James can't get past the Spurs. He can't. He can't get past the Spurs, man. The Spurs have his number. 2007. When he's with Cleveland, gets to the NBA Finals, Spurs sweep that ass right off the court, yo. Spank that ass right off the court. Okay? Then you got 2013. They go to Game 7 with the Spurs. And almost fucking lost, yo. They almost lost in Game 6. They almost lost. Game 6 or 7, one of them. Whatever game that was, Ray Allen had to hit that clutch-ass three. It didn't even have nothing to do with LeBron James. It was fucking Ray Allen. So if Ray Allen wasn't on the squad, or if he wasn't playing his role, they would have lost. You know what I'm saying? And then we get to 2014. You might as well got your ass swept because you won one game and then lost 3 in a row, all by fucking blowouts. Like, come on, bro. Get up out of here, man. He's not elite, man. And this is for all you LeBron James cocksucking ass cats, man. Like, I wonder when he made the decision to go back to Cleveland, right? He made the decision to go back to Cleveland. I want to know how many motherfuckers that was burning his jerseys, you know, throwing his shoes away and shit, doing all that you know, corruption type shit to his merchandise. I would love to know, keep a tally of how many of them motherfuckers are the same motherfuckers that got a pair of LeBron James's nuts hanging out their mouth right now. I want to know, man. Dude is not elite. You know what I'm saying? You can't. He's just not, man. Like, I don't like when motherfuckers compare him to Jordan. I don't like when motherfuckers compare Kobe to Jordan. Like, and let's just say this: when people make these comparisons, Kobe and LeBron to Jordan, right? There's one thing I always say, and I always win because I say this one thing, and it is it's true. You can't argue it. Until LeBron James and Kobe Bryant, they both win Defensive Player of the Year in the same year that they lead the goddamn league in scoring, you ain't got shit on Michael Jordan. And that's just one thing. That's just one fucking thing. I'm not even naming anything else. Michael Jordan averaged 3.2 steals per game in 1988, and he averaged 35 points a game. Defensive Player of the Year, scoring leader. That's playing both sides of the fucking court. That's mastering both sides of the court. That right there is the best player overall in the fucking league. Mastered both sides of the court. Kobe and LeBron cannot do that in one season, bro. And as long as they cannot do that in one season, even in this era, we're talking about Jordan did this in the 80s. The fucking cats from the 80s would dominate in the league today, especially with the new rule set, man. Like cats like Robert Peck and Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, Kevin Johnson, them cats will come over here to this era and dominate these little cats, man. Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf averaged 30 points a game easy. Motherfucker wouldn't even break a sweat, yo. And he was just average in the NBA back then. So, man, y'all gotta get up out of here. I'm tired of these fucking comparisons. But one of my homies, man, we was going back and forth, and this is before a lot of people told me that LeBron James quit while he was in Cleveland the first time, and maybe I saw it. I don't remember right now, but maybe I did see it. Maybe I was blinded by, his blazing statistics that he puts up. Maybe I was riding the wave a little bit back then when he came to Miami, or when he went to Miami, and I'm hollering at my boy, and he's like, Kobe's better, yada yada yada, blah blah. I'm like, nah, man, Kobe's not better, all that shit. I already told my boy after the finals last season. I told him, I said, you're right, Kobe's better. Kobe's not a better basketball player than LeBron James. He don't light up the score or the statistics. He doesn't light them up. Motherfucker's not gonna get you 30 points a game, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, and 2 steals. He ain't gonna do that. Kobe's not gonna do that. He'll do it sometimes, but he doesn't do it on a consistent basis. And and then on top of that, shoot 50%. He's not gonna do that. I think Kobe right now is shooting like 39%, which is fucking atrocious. But he's not gonna do that. So, but his determination, his will to win. I mean, look at him, man. Dude was injured for the whole season last year, and he's back in the lineup. The Lakers aren't doing well, but he's still playing at a high rate. Just he's shooting too damn much, but that's what Kobe does. He's shooting 39%, but he's averaging 26 points a game. I mean, I think he's shooting like 22 shots a game to average 26. That's fucking outrageous, yo. That's outrageous. But I mean, he's still playing at a high level. You know what I'm saying? That heart right there, I would take him over LeBron James, because I would be worried about LeBron James fucking quitting on me when the going gets tough, man. I'll have to rely on a motherfucking 40-year-old player like Ray Allen and shit to hit a clutch-ass 3 standing on one motherfucking leg for my team to win, because my star player is quitting. Nah, man. He's not elite, but he is a good player. He's a great player in this era. That's where it stays. Let me know what y'all think. Do what you do in the comments section, but be real. This is real talk for real fans. 1.